Please stand for your senior officers of the University of Liverpool.
Okay, please be seated. I now declare this congregation for celebration of our graduates open. Good afternoon and welcome to our graduation ceremony. It's incredibly wonderful to actually be able to do this, welcome you here at long last. And so I really want to thank you for your patience. It has been a difficult 2 years for everybody, as you can appreciate. My name is Sonia Hosche, and I'm currently the Executive Dean for the Institute of Systems Molecular Integrated Biology, where the School of Life Sciences is based. I would like to say, first of all, what a tremendous privilege and pleasure it is to be with you today and celebrate this absolutely incredible milestone in your lives. It is as much for you as for us, because we are as proud of you as you are proud of yourselves. Together with your families and fellow students, your lecturers, there are some here present, and those who have supported you in your journey to graduating for the University of Liverpool. As proud as I remain with these achievements, I was not a member of this cohort that had to face such difficulties and challenges in the past 2 years. Being a university student during a global pandemic, this is unprecedented. And I will say a bit more about this in a minute. But your graduation ceremony is a day to celebrate and also to reflect. And if my memory serves me correctly, it's also a day of quite mixed emotions. It's a day of transition. You are both relieved and excited for your next steps. You are proud to completing your studies, as well as finishing this chapter at the University of Liverpool. For you, of course, it has been a very different, because you're students at a time that has been like no other in history. Students all over the country and university have been really hit hard by the disruption to your education and the COVID-19 pandemic has caused. For many of you, your time with us has been very different from what you expected and also imagined. Your experience and well-being were always at our forefront of our minds in our decision-making, but of course, during the course of the pandemic, we had to be very careful to consider in balance many decisions around safety and well-being, as well as still provide some teaching for you during this horrible time. I know this wasn't easy for you. I know you had long days, worrying, difficult times, exacerbated by these unique global circumstances. As you know, COVID-19 has devastated and divided people, made them isolated, and continues to do so. But it also has shown the best of human behavior can be. As we have demonstrated in this university, in our Faculty of Health and Life Sciences, which prides itself on facing the problems of society and putting our hands up to say we can help with them. And your achievements are all the greater because of the difficulties you have faced and actually overcome. One thing is for certain, every single one of you here today has shown remarkable spirit and dedication. You have demonstrated that learning through all of this, persevering with commitment, resilience, and flexibility. You didn't do this alone. No doubt there have been many lonely and scary times for you, but you did support one another, and being supported by your fellow students and your lecturers, tutors, university, and of course, most of all, your family and friends. And we are in the university, and here I speak for the whole university, are immensely proud in the manner that you have demonstrated courage, adaptability, perseverance, and a real commitment to your studies in these horrible times. and in the end, all of you achieve by being here today, graduating your degrees. Today is all about you, your achievements, your personal successes here at the University of Liverpool, but also a day to look forward to the future and feel excited about your aspirations and your career and your future plans. One thing the pandemic has shown us is that you never know what the future holds, and that advances in science will be essential to help us deal with it in the future. Indeed, just as I feel proud and deeply honored to be here today, celebrating your achievements and looking forward to your bright futures, I also feel a sense of relief, knowing for a fact that your studies and research, either in areas I've mentioned, in life sciences and biomedical sciences, as part of our varied and excellent school, are relevant to the real world challenges we are facing now and will continue to face in the future. We do not and cannot exactly know what the future holds. I know that I am very pleased that you and the skills and knowledge you have honed and developed during your time will be part of it, undoubtedly so. Your studies at the University of Liverpool have seen the benefit from first-class facilities and ensure your studies have been supported by the very best teaching and research equipment and helped your lecturers can train and become practical and resilient in your chosen careers with the skills and quality required for the 21st century. Your future professional career will undoubtedly be challenging, but also fast-paced, varied, and interesting, and you will work in unique environments. You'll always be in demand, and your skills you have gained during your studies here will always be transferable, and it'll be an invaluable foundation as you shape your career and professional decisions. But whatever your career path chooses to follow, one thing is for sure: every single one of you here today has shown remarkable spirit and resilience, not to mention dedication to your studies. You have persevered in circumstances like no other students before you, with dedication, resilience, flexibility, and you're very well prepared for the future. As I said, you didn't do this alone, and no doubt there have been other scary times while you were doing your studies, but because you've supported each other and you're supported by the university, you will be very successful, undoubtedly so. And most of all, I think you've been supported by your friends and family, and this is very important. And we here at the university, and again, I speak for the whole university, faculty and your tutors, are really, really proud of the manner of which you have conducted yourselves. We are inspired by you and what you have achieved during these difficult times. In your careers, you will definitely see new problems come and hopefully new opportunities for impact. I am confident that you are prepared yourself for whatever the future holds for you. When I first qualified I won't tell you when, a long time ago, it was the start of the HIV disease, for which there was no way of treating, and it was a fatal diagnosis. But now, as you know, with the help of a lot of research and science innovation, much like you have all been trained on, it has become a manageable disease, and actually most people survive and have a normal life. Also, when I qualified, the expectancy for a woman diagnosed with breast cancer was 41 months. Nowadays, 76% of women live over 10 years, and there's many more examples like this. Science is always evolving, and you are part of the future. What will change your careers? New technology, new access to information, artificial intelligence, who knows? But some things won't change for you. I'll flag up 3 of them. First, the need to be a lifelong learner. Like you, all of us in this stage are still learning ourselves, and this is what makes life so interesting. Just as you've been during the pandemic and for the rest of your career, the need to commit yourselves to always be curious, ask questions, and to always strive to do things better. Of course, just as you've always been a learner, you should always be a teacher. Pass on your skill and experience to your colleagues and to the next generation of students. The second is never to compromise on your core values. your own integrity and honesty, your willingness to go the extra mile. These are qualities that you have displayed in abundance during the last years, and will stand you in a good stead for the rest of your careers. And the third is the need to strive and continue to work in areas that do really matter. What you are doing is important, is a great thought, and to get you out of bed in the morning. Always enjoy your work and your career. So let's celebrate today. Let's thank your family and friends who got you here. The pandemic has made us truly appreciate our loved ones and the experience and memories we make together. I want to take a moment to celebrate the role that your loved ones, I hope some of them are your guests here today, have played in your success. I hope that you'll find a moment to thank them for their support and their personal sacrifice. For family and friends today, it is a day of celebration for you too. Let's thank our lecturers and teachers who have provided you with training and support to become practical, innovative, resilient in your chosen career, with the skills and qualities required to be successful in today's and tomorrow's demanding world. We hope that today is a day to enjoy a return to what is the great city of Liverpool, and for you and your guests to receive a warm welcome from our university. We hope that the city of Liverpool will always feel like home whenever you return. You may have chosen to stay here and make this city your home, or you may have already called it home before you joined the university. We hope that whatever your relationship is with the city, that is a place where you've made friends and memories which will last your lifetime. Our Victoria building, the one that you just watched in the video perhaps earlier on, is now a beautiful and icon gallery and museum, which serve our most recognizable backdrop and in many social media posts and probably in many of your graduation photos today. As a student here, you will have walked past a fixed plaque on that Victoria building, perhaps every day, and maybe you haven't even noticed. It reads, "For the advancement of learning and ennoblement of life." This is the foundation of which our university was built. It is a motto that continues to guide us all in what we do. Our aim is to inspire, engage, and enable every single student to fulfill their potential by raising their awareness, challenging barriers, and providing opportunities. You have advanced your learning, and you have and will continue to ennoble life. You have been stretched to think beyond the textbook, lecture series, or even the laboratory, and you have been encouraged to apply that knowledge to the world around you. Your University of Liverpool education has enabled you to realize how far you can go and provide you with the skills you need to go there. Our university has a long, successful story of graduating, inspiring students who go on to achieve great things. You will now join that community of talented international past graduates. This is a fundamental and important part of our University of Liverpool family, which supports our students in many ways some of you have personally experienced while studying here. From delivering lectures and workshops, offering work placements, and even mentoring. We hope that, like so many of the past students, you will stay in touch with us and help guide and support our future students and broaden their horizons through your own experience. Because it's through you that the university is known, you are also our greatest ambassadors, and through your achievements and careers, you will become role models, an important source of inspiration for the next generation of graduates. Despite these challenges, I hope that you also remember many happy and joyful moments here at the university. Never forget how important you are to our university. You are the beating heart of our institution. Without you, the university would just be empty classrooms and lectures, and even just red bricks. When we work together, the university is a place where discoveries are made, ideas are formed, and friendships that last a lifetime are forged, and even where lives are changed. It's when we work together as staff and students that education is truly transformational. We thank you for what you have done to your time here, and we wish you all good luck and every success in the future. Thank you very much. I I now invite Professor Mike Speed, Dean of the School of Life Sciences, to present graduates from our class of 2020.
As we get ready, folks, do you remember quite a lot of you came after I popped up earlier, so if you want to put a phonetic spelling on your card, if you look at me and you think he may not get it right, I'd really appreciate that. Thank you. Let me just... Okay. Professor. Thank you. Professor, it gives me tremendous pleasure to present to you the following graduates from the class of 2020. Tanya Horn. Georgia Nicole Smythe. Julia Mead Briggs. Olivia Weston. Chloe Louise Lidderth. Charlotte Olivia Alexandra Willoughby. Rosie Sheridan. Sarah Hannah. Emma Louise Hodgkiss. Chloe Elizabeth Gathergood. Arti Amrita Girithananda. Georgia Wells. Augustus Corbin Haslam. Katie Jane Lambert. Katrina Serra. Robin Line. Easter Manuel. Aaron Rafael Ibanez Alvarado. Emily May Cooper. Francesca Bucchetti. Charlotte Ann Rowe. Emma Harriet Booth. Evie May Donald. Nico Passata. Bethany Ann Gabriel. Joy Isabel Slater. Lauren Rachel McGuinness. Victoria Amy Rudd. Alicia Palonek. Coral Louise Hughes. Hannah Trivett. Jim Chadwick. Catherine Louisa McDermott Gordon. Lucy Charlotte Patterson. Isabel Starkey. Fionn Elizabeth Lewis. Sarah Ann Livesey. Hayley Mary Hampton. William Kelly. Rebecca Gergis. Megan Morwenna Boone-Foster. Marion Joy Head. Juan Hui Yu. Jun Langling. Emily Rose Manville. Lucy Patterson. Abby McMaster. Emma Melia. Alexandra Bagshaw. Isabel Alexandra Aitchen. Eleanor Bonus. Molly Margaret McGee. Naomi Simmons. Lewis McKay. Alistair Topping. Mark Tickle. Hannah Catherine Galvin. Georgina Pinder. Rachel Elizabeth Carr. Emily Hyam. Alice Leeds. Sky Bradshaw. Anna Crosby. Anne Caron Imrie. Grace Kenwright. Ryan McClune. Pippa Spiridonova. Misha Folker. Hannah Grace Jennings. Celia Edwards Grant. Valentine Claude Danielle Paulisson. Alex Andrew Davis. Nathan Anthony Williams. Emily King. Annabelle Hong. Catherine Jane Steen. Philippa Louise Alexandra Campbell. Zoe Richardson. Phoebe Mills. Rodney Williams Southern. Joshua Bickley. Lydia Wang. Jessica Shortland. David Mullen. Naira Wallace. James Christopher Lyne. Megan Ford. Shakita Waller. Joel Waring. Beatrice Grace Salerno. Alice Emma Ismail. Alexandra Doran. Lauren Holly Pringle. Noni Bennett Williams. Hannah Victoria Williams. Sharon Ward. Charlotte Winrow. Kiara Damang. Thomas James. James Brand. Ji Hao Ku. Kia James Joseph Nicholas Hazelden. Benjamin Pierce. Cameron Dale. Sophie Grice. Inderpreet Kaur Randwar. Catherine Elizabeth Gorn. Yeah. Natalia Claudia Ojeni Chak. Alice Jemima Macaulay. Anna Q. Finbar Russell. Victoria Moore. Neve Lynn McGowan Roden. Abigail Sengupta. Connie Webb. Catherine Ramsey. Ella Moore. Alexandra Elizabeth Agace. Elizabeth Nongash. Carter Reuben Jasper Ward. Amber Rose Mortimer. Joseph Paul Ennis. Lucy Gill. Hannah Coleman. Lucy K. Carr-Knox. Annabelle Kate Farrow. Ben Mapplebeck. Bryn Williams. Oliver McHugh. Cameron Savage. David Walsh. Holly Kyla Dixon. William Dennis David Reeder. Sophie Claire Hardy. Laura Elizabeth Smith. Hannah Berger. Aria Hannon. Yuhan Lin. Natasha Royal. Mohammed Rashid Khan. H.A. Valji. Beth Rose Layden. Tara Alexandra Rowan. Paisley Fogg. Isabella Julia Tomino. You the last? Okay. And Anna Shellion.
Well done. I would like now to invite Tanya Horn to join us on stage to reflect on their student experience. Tanya.
Professors, distinguished guests, family, friends, and fellow students, what an honour to give your graduation speech today. Now, I know you've waited 2 years now to raise a glass of Prosecco in the Guild and to get all those wonderful photos taken out at University Square, so I'll try and keep it brief, but it's just so hard because we've been through so much together, haven't we? Of course, one of the nice things about giving this speech 2 years too late is that instead of standing here kind of waxing lyrical about all the high hopes I have for all of us and all of the really impressive things we're going to go on to do, I know that you've already made a brilliant start. Because when I look out on this audience today, I see a lot of student loan debt. But I also see a lot more. I see a lot of master's degrees, hard-earned during yet another really tough year full of lockdowns. I see PhD students who are already picking up awards in the first year or two of their studies. I see many hard-working members of the NHS, graduate medicine students, brave new teachers, and waves being made in research and industry. And I think I may also out there see an associate principal scientist from the Department of Health and Social Care. So you've all gone on to do really impressive stuff already. But I also see those of you who had to take some time out. And I also equally wish to celebrate you and the fortitude and the wisdom it took in order to take some time away. Maybe that was to safeguard or maybe even to rebuild your health and well-being. Just know that you won't regret it because your health really is irreplaceable. You know, it's worth far, far more than any awards, any title, or yes, any salary you'll ever receive. It's been an enormous privilege to get to know you a bit over the last 5 years, or 6, if our paths first joined at the foundation year at Carmel College. And at first, it was really quite daunting to start a degree as a mature student. I was always quite afraid that someone would mistake me for the lecturer. Thankfully, that never happened. And I needn't have worried because this is such a lovely, accepting, welcoming community. And no matter your age, your background, culture, nationality, I don't think any of us have ever treated anyone differently from any other student. And so because of that, that meant that I got to experience what I'm going to term the full university experience. So, as you'll know, we're often told at university open days that a degree can take you places. And, you know, it certainly did in my case. I just didn't expect some of those places to be Macaulays or Chicken Bazooka at 4 a.m. Likewise, it's been so wonderful to see so many of your friends and family join you here to celebrate with you today. Those of you here in person and also those of you watching on the live stream. But I'm mindful also of those we've lost or those who can't be here. I know all of the people here played a big part in what you've achieved at Liverpool. And this time 2 years ago, you were probably in lockdown together, but with their love and support, despite it seeming like the world outside was ending probably, you know, you managed to get your dissertations finished and all your final exams done and submitted. And I know how incredibly hard that was to do, so well done. And this time 1 year ago, your parents and your family and friends, they probably found themselves wondering whether they would ever get to watch you proudly walk across this stage today. And so I'm so pleased that their long wait is finally at an end. And I think they deserve a round of applause for all that they've done to support us. That brings me really nicely onto the subject of our academic and support staff. So on behalf of all graduating students, I'd like to extend our sincere and heartfelt thanks to our head of school, programme directors, lecturers, academic advisors. Like many of you I've spoken to this morning, I probably wouldn't be standing here today without my academic advisor, who I can sense sitting behind me right now, probably squirming in his seat because he hates the limelight. But he deserves to be embarrassed because he's also largely to blame for the fact that the university can't get rid of me by encouraging me to go on and study a PhD here as well. I'd also like to thank all of those, of course, as well, who work so hard to support them, including the student experience team, technicians, our PGR demonstrators, and of course the facilities staff. So all of these people were, of course, also completely blindsided by the beginning of this pandemic 2 years ago. And they were tasked with introducing, pretty much overnight, a brand new way of delivering an outstanding education. So this is a really special day for them too. And so I'd like to please invite everybody to give them a round of applause. I'm nearly done, don't worry. That Prosecco will be in your hands soon. Because my final words are for you, my tough, industrious, magnificent fellow members of the class of 2020. They're a very brief reminder of Arnold Schwarzenegger's 6 rules of success that you've all demonstrated during your time at Liverpool, and which you may remember, those of you who were there, I first introduced to you during our virtual graduation 2 years ago. So 6 rules. The first rule is to trust yourself. Carry out your future responsibilities to the best of your ability, consistently, and others will trust you too and look to you for leadership. The second rule is to break some rules. Now, you're Liverpool alumni, so be bold and remember that change as an integral and necessary part of life. The third rule is don't be afraid to fail, because failure is also a part of life and often one of the best ways to learn and to grow. The fourth rule is to ignore the naysayers. Follow your curiosity, your instincts, where they lead you. The fifth rule is to work like hell, which you've all done, which is why you're sitting here today. But never be afraid to ask for help, and always ensure that you're looking after your body and your mind. The final rule is probably the most important, and is to give something back. Embrace friendship, collaboration, and all of the opportunities to share your talents, your gifts, and your generosity with the world. A world that is probably very different as our paths diverge than the one in which we all first came together. I hope you'll have courage, because you're all one of the many reasons to be optimistic for the future. Good luck and good health to you all.
Thank you so much, Tanya. I think you've epitomized what it is to be a graduate of this generation and this time in our lives. I do echo your words. You know, be bold, enjoy yourselves, give back. It's so important to help each other, as you have witnessed in the last 2 years. If it wasn't for each other's support, we'd all have failed. So thank you again, Tanya, for a very inspirational talk to all of us. Thank you again. And now I will ask Gus Halloran, Katie Lambert, and Georgia Wells to join us on stage. And this is to reflect on one of our colleagues that unfortunately passed away between finishing their studies and graduation. Please welcome to the stage.
Back in 2017, I remember during Freshers Week, the Pharmacology department holding a speed dating style meet your course mate session. It was there, hidden in the corner of the seminar room, that I first met Michael. To be completely honest, I essentially spent the next 3 minutes talking at him, whilst he looked like he would rather be anywhere else in the world. But despite this, it now turns out that on this day I met one of my best friends. A friend who was always willing to share a pint, admittedly, even before some of our second year exams. But also, who always had time for me and others alike. Always listening and caring to what we had to say. I was always ready for a catch-up, even after we finished our degree.
So, completing a degree in pharmacology is a difficult thing, but as hard as it was, having a friend like Mike there just made the days so much easier and much shorter. We spent many hours in the library, often procrastinating, watching films like Flushed Away or something else, and sometimes debating the complexities of pharmacology. And it always reassured me when I'd turn up at the Guild at 9 a.m. and see his smiley, tired face, because I would feel very much the same way. But we laughed together and we worked together throughout our time here at Liverpool, and I'll forever cherish the great times that we spent together.
There was never a dull moment in labs when Mike was there. From using his fishing expertise to perfectly hook helium, to our inside jokes about pipetting. As Mike once said, lab partners are forever and will never be replaced. With Mike, you could always be yourself, cracking jokes far too inappropriate to share here today. But many will always remember the bright smile he carried, the memories of a great pharmacologist, and most importantly, one of the closest friends we will ever have. Thank you.
Again, that just epitomizes that the friendships you make at these times during your life are sometimes last for your lifetime. And they are something always to be cherished in these moments, even in the hardest moments where you take comfort on each other. So do please think fondly of your time here, and I wish you all the best for your future. I now declare this congregation for the celebration of our graduates closed. Salve sit universitas nostra, quod precantes consugarmus. Thank you.
Graduates and guests, please stand.
Once again, everybody, for joining us. Please do make your way to the Mountford Hall, enjoy a glass of bubbly with your friends and family, and enjoy the rest of your celebrations today. Congratulations, class of 2020. There are 2 exits at the back that you can use, and you can also use this exit here to my left as well if you wish.